Okay, we're back in Port Louis for the fourth time to finally see the two museums that are closed on Sunday. Museums are closed on Sunday in Mauritius, so if you ever decide to come to Mauritius and want to see a museum, don't go on a Sunday. Alright, so we're back at the port and we're going to walk over to the UNESCO listed World Heritage Site that's dedicated to the story of human slavery and indenturement and all the thousands and thousands of people who were brought to this island against their will and forced to work their whole lives to create the society that Mauritius is today. So again, we're very lucky with the weather. No showers as the first week when we got here. Very dry and light wind, very nice. It's predicted to get a little bit windy later in the week, so we'll see how high the winds will get. But the colorful buses and of course the workday traffic, and it's only like 11 a.m. so people aren't out for their lunch yet, so the lunch traffic is not happening yet. Okay, so up, beyond those buildings is Le Pouce mountain, and there's a trail that I'm gonna try to climb that mountain. So we'll see if that happens today or tomorrow. We'll see. Okay. Here's signs saying, warning, deep water, warning, overhead crane, warning, beware of moving vehicles. So the port is very secure, and these people I don't know about these people in the park. We're gonna go down. A monument to the fisher, all the people who died at sea fishing. Okay, here we are. This old place. World Heritage Site. Built in 1849, the Aapravasi Ghat received indentured laborers from India, East Africa, Madagascar, China, Southeast Asia to work on the island's sugar estates as part of the great experiment initiated by the British government. So from slavery, they just went to indentured servants, indentured laborers, which is basically the same thing as slavery. So the entrance is just up ahead. So I'm a socialist. I freely admit it. I'm a socialist Democrat, where Bernie Sanders is the great American politician who is a socialist Democrat, and he really had great ideas for America when he wanted to become president. But sadly, America is never going to be ready to be a fair country like that. It's a capitalist country, and capitalism will always have great sorrow attached to it. So here we are. Aapravasi Ghat. Okay. The entrance is over here. Wow. Aapravasi Ghat entrance. And here's the monument dedicated by UNESCO. Inscribed on 16th of July 2006. Okay. I guess it's free. Entrance. Hello.
Hello.
Is it free?
Yes.
Okay.
Go straight and right.
Okay, here we are. It's nice when something is free. Okay, here's another monument. Place of landing of indentured immigrants. So, very interesting using the footprint in bronze. And then all the lands, Madras, Penang, Macau, Muscat, Bombay, all the places where they come from. Hello. It's information here. English. Yes. Okay, thank you. So it's kind of dark in here, so I will report when we get out of, I don't know, it's showing up on the video. Okay, okay. Okay, universal value. So, as we say in our Constitution, all men are created equal. And when they wrote that in 1876, they did really not mean that. They meant white men. Men of color were not treated the same as white people by the writers of our Constitution. But UNESCO tries to address that with all this information. So like the Holocaust, this is a story that needs to be told to the world of this great experiment by the British. Even though they did not kill millions of people, they did great harm to many, many people's lives with indenturitude. So what is an indenture? That's a good question. So John Steinbeck, our great American author, wrote The Grapes of Wrath, and that is, again, has stories of how capitalism has used people with the carrot of, oh yeah, come work with me, I'll give you a job, but they give very, very little money. They charge you a great deal for your food and lodging. So basically, it is slavery. So it's very dark, but we'll try and switch the camera. Okay, so this part of the museum shows the cargo hold of the ships and the ballast and artifacts of the shipping industry. And very dark, but here is what they were like, how they had to sleep, and this just on the burlap bag, and given the basic minimum of food for the voyage. Wow. Okay, this room has more light, and here's excavation again of where the docks were, and then replica of the ship from the outside. And so a lot of the artifacts they found here on the dig in constructing the museum. Pottery, yeah. It's an old cart. And then sugar. Sugar was king and made some people very, very rich. The plantation owners, they became very, very rich, and they lived in London, of course, most of them, and they owned plantations here on the island. So the riches of London were built off the empire and its slavery system, or indentured slavery. So here's a good map showing how people traveled and were sent all around the world. Why become an indentured laborer? Indentured laborers left their home for many reasons. Some did so because they had to been told a better life awaited them, or because they were encouraged by others from their home country to work overseas. Living and working conditions. Here we are. As in other plantation colonies, living and working conditions for indentured workers were difficult. I can only imagine how horrible it must have been. The mosquitoes, the hot weather, the limited amount of hygiene that you were given. So here's a child's activity here. Let's see what it does here.
Appuie sur le bouton orange. Press the blue button.
It's not working. Okay. They need to repair the computer. Okay. So here's a model build of what it used to look like. So obviously when they got off the ship, they were immediately put into these buildings before they were sent to the plantation. So there was no really freedom of the workers. Very tragic. And of course the British, they kept a very exact account of names and people and accounts. So all the records. So it only came to an end, this whole system, in 1910. So the tools of the trade on the sugar plantations, very, very difficult work in brutal heat in the summer. Even here in winter, the sun is so strong. And here's a mud hut of how they had to live.
This is to push the waste.
So very simple accommodations. Living in a mud hut.
So we call it washkari in our language.
So artifacts, old iron,
So it's like how
the living legacy.
So we could include ground and the spices, and then masala.
So very interesting here in Hindi, a book. The Holy Scripture of one of the great mythological Hindu epics. So something they treasured very much. End of indenturitude, 1910. Independence of Mauritius in 1968. Okay, well, that is very important history that, again, like Auschwitz and other places of where people suffered greatly, it's important that we remember. Okay, now on to the Blue Penny Museum. Okay, here's a little addendum before we go off to the Blue Penny. They have here, as we saw in the model, the reconstruction, preservation of these bricks. So again, when you signed up to be an indentured servant, you were not really free. You were property of the plantation until you worked off your debt. If you could work off your debt. Yeah. So, shed and kitchen area. Very nice. So here's more information on how they treated people who were with illnesses. So just like Jamaica and the Caribbean and other parts of the world and the British Empire, the system of indentured workers transporting poor people from one poor country to work in another poor country to make money for people. So again, it was not only the British, but here Spanish, the Dutch, wherever empires were built, yeah, many people suffered under an empire system. It was not democracy, no way. And important that they have the archives kept and remembering the history so that future generations do not forget how people worked so hard to just survive. Wow, the great experiment. So when I get back to my apartment, I'll have to read up on the great experiment. Fiji, Guyana, Jamaica, South Africa, Trinidad. So out of the military hospital that was built in 1740 by the French and then taken over by the British, they have created another museum to intercontinental slavery. And I don't think I can handle anymore after the indentured servitude remembrance. That's just too depressing. So yeah, we're gonna go to Blue Penny. Slavery Museum of Mauritius. Lovely old colonial building. Bonjour. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What's this building? It's a. Oh, okay, okay. Very old. Very old. Wow. So, the Mauritius Postal Service celebrating 250 years. And that was 2 years ago. So 252 years of Postal Service, which is very impressive because we're going to go see why the Blue Penny stamp is so important. Sadly, there's no video footage allowed in the Blue Penny Museum, but we're gonna go inside. So here we are, the Central Postal Museum. Beautiful day, beautiful. So what do we have here? We have an International Affairs Unit. And we have the Postal Museum. Welcome. Hello. Postal Museum. For 250 years, Mauritian Postal Services is the main postal. Very nice. Okay, before we go to the Blue Penny Museum, we are going to have a McDonald's. So McDonald's is very popular everywhere in the world. So you follow the locals and they know what to do. Hey, there we are. Okay. So there's a pink double-decker bus on the island. First double-decker I've seen. Chile. So this double-decker, where does it go? It goes to Rose Hill. Okay. Very nice. So there's so much to see and do here that you get sidetracked very easily because yeah, we've got to get to the Blue Penny Museum. But it's just so charming how they made out of this old Victoria train station area terminal, they made this shopping center. I really love coming here. All right, it's lunchtime and the Mauritians are busy having delicious food because they have the boulette and they have the mine boulet, the mine frite, the riz blanc. So this is very Mauritian cuisine. inspired by Asian, Indian, the mixture of cultures. And we're finally here, the famous Blue Penny Museum. So we're gonna go inside. I have to turn off the camera, no photo, no video, but we're going to see the Blue Penny, the world's most expensive postage stamp. All right, we finished the Blue Penny Museum. Excellent museum. The Blue Penny, also its sister, the 1 penny. The Blue Penny's actually 2 penny, and the orange 1 penny are so rare, unstamped, and there's only like 4 in the world. 2 are in England, 1 in the British Library, and 1 in the Royal Collection, and another private one somewhere. But anyway, this is the Blue Penny Museum. And along with you know, the history of postage here on the island, it also has, again, the combined history of the development of the island, of the ship service, when they built the railroads in 1860 to service all the sugar plantations. They had extensive railroads on the island. And then, of course, airmail, when the airplanes started arriving from different countries. But then the side exhibition is very interesting because there's a French book, Paul et Virginie, which a French writer, he visited this island, got inspired, and it became a classic in the 19th century. So I even think there's an opera written about that. So that's something to research back, Paul and Virginie. But it was very good. I'm so glad I finished all I had to see here in Port Louis. So Port Louis, part 4 video for you. So they're pumping out the Mauritian music at the gas station. I love it. And what kind of view do you get with the mountains, the history? So we must bid goodbye to Port Louis. It's been a lot of fun getting to know this town. And if we ever come back to the island, we'll definitely know where to go. So we're at the Grand Market, the Grand Marche on the bottom, our veg sellers. Lots and lots of fresh veggies. And on upper stalls are the tourist shops where you can buy lovely clothes, wooden carvings, things from Africa, things from China, things from Mauritius. I'm promised that a lot of the stuff, wood carvings, are made in Mauritius, but you never know. They could say anything. But lovely tourist products. So we have a lot of shopping. Shopping. Oh my God. So much shopping. Oh, I know, good price. But these are really cute. These coconut bowls, and then they have a little dodo in its side, lacquered. Very cute. Dodo.
Here you get t-shirts.
Yes. So souvenirs.
Inside.
Very many souvenirs. Dodo. Everywhere is dodo.
Dodo is a label.
Yes. Hello. So much shopping. And here's some little dodo dolls for the kitties. Cute. They're so cute. Look at the little dodo baby chick. Now they can only presume that's what the chicks look like because we have no photograph, we have no actual preserved dodo. We just have a skeleton of a dodo, so we don't know what the dodo really look like other than the engravings and the skeletons. And also they sell the vanilla. Very popular present is vanilla. Vanilla coffee, vanilla sugar, vanilla extract, vanilla tea, because they grow a lovely vanilla here on the island. And there's lovely place cards. So every morning at breakfast you can see Maurice. And then the dodo bags are very colorful. Beach bag. And here's a very nice dodo tea towel. Now, who doesn't love a dodo tea towel? I love a dodo tea towel. Okay. Dodos. Oh, a dodo makes noise. For le bébé. Le bébé. Oh, wow. So again, the Marche of Port Louis can find treasures and also some nice veg, fresh veg. Very nice. So out here on the street there are the free sellers outside the market, and they're selling their wares in the late afternoon as they got to get rid of as much as they can. And so many people, many people. So the adventure continues. You never know what you're gonna find, and bargain prices here. Dolce Gabbana. Look at that. A ripoff, but still funny. Okay, and the ladies are selling their homegrown produce. And what else we have? The last stall, goldfish. Oh, les petites. Oh, les petites goldfish. Oh. So, bus station. Okay, we got to catch our bus. Okay, bye-bye Port Louis. Bye. Okay, well, this is the end of the video for today. And here's our bus that we're gonna take. And it's not the express bus, we're gonna take the slower bus, and it's more scenic. So I have the time, so why not? Okay, let's go.